minimum of 2 political parties are necessary for a democracy. Then we can say that it is a true democracy. Parties that are present in only one of the federal units, and the parties that are present in several or all the units of the federation. And this is actually in the case which is being followed in India. So there are some countries with wide parties which are called national parties, and these parties have their units in various states also. For instance, which is the national party now, ruling party? It is Bharatiya Janta Party. And in some states also, Bharatiya Janta Party is the ruling party. What is the ruling party in Odisha? It is Biju Janta Dal. So it may be sometimes same or it may not be. Okay, every party in the country has to register with the organization, or that is called the Election Commission. So when the Election Commission treats all the parties equally, it offers some special facilities to the large and established parties, and these official candidates of that party can do what? What is their role? Can use the election symbols. We know that every party has their election symbols, and that has been given or registered with the Election Commission. And parties get the privilege and some other special facilities that are recognized by the Election Commission for this purpose. And what are these things? Why these parties are registered? To get themselves recognized as political parties. And the Election Commission also has laid down certain criteria of the proportion of votes and seats that a party must get in order to be a recognized party. So please underline in your books that a party that secures at least 6% of the total vote in the election of the Legislative Assembly, that means in the of a state, okay, Legislative Assembly of a state, if it is winning 6% of the total vote and wins at least 2 seats, is recognized as a state party. And a party that secures at least 6%, same 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha election, then and also win in 4 states, okay, seats in any 4 states or 4 seats all over India, all over the constituencies, at least 4 seats if they win, then they become a national party. So the difference between regional party and national party. Regional party, that means state party, means regional party at least they have to win 6% of the total votes of the state. Along with that, they have to win 2 seats in the state constituencies. While in the national party, how can they be recognized as national party? If they win 6% of the total vote of whole of the nation, because it is a Lok Sabha election, and along with that 4 seats in the Lok Sabha, then it is recognized as national party, right? And according to this classification, there were how many parties? There were 6 national parties recognized in the country in 2006. And let us see what are these parties and about its ideologies. We know that one of the important parties in India, which is it? The oldest one is the Indian National Congress, and the symbol for oldest national, that is INC, Indian National Congress, is a hand, isn't it? So it is one of the oldest party. It had been founded in 1885 by and retired British official named A.O. Humes, and has experienced many splits also. So it has played a very dominant role in the Indian politics before independence and after independence. It is there at national level also, state level also, for decades after Indian independence. So it was started with under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru. The party sought to build a secular democratic republic in India. Ruling party at the center till 1977, and then from 1980 and 89, after 89 its supports declined, right? but it continues to be the present throughout the country. Everybody, if anyone says about the Congress party, they recognize it as the party of the independence party, or the party which had been before independence also. A centrist party, that means neither rightist nor leftist. What does that mean? Nor rightist and leftist means? What does that mean? What does that mean by leftist and rightist? That means in its ideologies. Okay, it is secular and works for the welfare of the society and the minorities, and the supports the new economic reforms with a human face. That means it keeps human and humanity behind every decision or ideology it has. It has emerged as the largest party with 145 members of the Lok Sabha election held in 2004. If you have a new book, you may be having some new data also. Currently leads the ruling. In 2004 it was with Alliance, and it was said to be the United Progressive Alliance coalition government, which was at the center. Next national party, or the ruling party now, is the Bharatiya Janta Party. It was founded in 1980 by reviving the erstwhile Bharatiya Janta Sangh. Before it was said to be Bharatiya Jana Sangh. Later on converted itself to Bharatiya Janta Party. And it wanted to build a strong and modern India, drawing the inspirations from the ancient culture and the values. So it gave importance to the Hindu mythological books or texts that are there present, right? And cultural nationalism, that means it gave stress on Hindutva. It is an important element in its conception of Indian nationhood and politics, and it wants full territorial political integration along with Jammu and Kashmir, which was recently accomplished. A uniform civil code for all the people living in the country, irrespective of any religion, which was also introduced with the removal of the teen talaq system, and a ban on the religious conversions. So they did not give importance to religious conversions, people getting converted from Hinduism to other religions, as the main ideology was Hindutva. So its support has base increased substantially in 1990s, and earlier limited only to North India. Now it has its root everywhere all through the India. So it has come up as the largest majority ruling party in India, though it is with a coalition, alliances. So the party expanded its support even in the south, east, northeast, and to the rural areas, and it came to power in 1998 and as the leader of the NDA, National Democratic Alliance, including several states and religious parties. But it lost its election in 2004, and again it came back to power in 2009. Another national party is the BSP, Bahujan Samaj Party. It was formed under the leadership of Kansiram in 1984, and it is said to be formed to just secure the power of the Dalits, the Adivasis, or the other backward castes and religious minorities. The main ideology behind it is to uplift the lower caste people. So it draws inspirations from the teachings of Sahu Maharaj, Mahatma Phule, Periyar, Ramaswamy Nayakar, Baba Saheb Ambedkar. They were the most motivators of this party, and it stands for the cause of the securing the interest and welfare of the Dalits and the oppressed people, as Dalits, Adivasis, or other backward classes and religious minorities are the most concern of the party. It has its main base in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and till the recent election it was in power, and its substantial presence also can be seen in some states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Delhi and Punjab. And it also formed its government in Uttar Pradesh several times by taking the support of different parties at different times. And the Lok Sabha election that was held in 2004, it polled about 5% votes. That means out of the total votes it had won 5%, and 5% vote were secured by it, securing 19 seats in the Lok Sabha. So it was then said to be the one of the national parties. Then another old party is the Communist Party of India, Marxist. That means it followed the ideology of Marxism and Leninism, which supports, what is the main idea behind Marxism and Leninism? It is socialism, secularism and democracy, and it opposes the imperialism. Like the Britishers were the imperialists, right? They were the queen or the head of the organization or head of the state was staying in one place and they were ruling us. That is called imperialism. So it was against imperialism. It was against the communalism. It did not want to discriminate people on any basis. So it wanted to accept democratic elections as a useful and helpful means for securing the objective of the socio-economic justice. That means it wanted social equality and economic equality among all the people in India. So it enjoys, mostly it had been in power in West Bengal, Kerala and Tripura. And among the poor, it is factory workers or the farmers, agricultural laborers and intelligentsia. It is very famous among this category of people. And critical of the new economic policies that allow free flow of foreign capital and goods into the country. And it has been in power in West Bengal without a break for 30 years under the leadership of Jyoti Basu. Okay, as now we have been under BJD, who is the ruler, who is the head or the chief minister, we have been under Naveen Patnaik for the last 20 years. He has been winning the election. Similarly, Jyoti Basu, who belonged to this Communist Party, he won always and ruled West Bengal for 30 years till the entry of Trinamool Congress. And in 2004 election, it won about 6% of the votes of the state and 40 of the whole country, that is in Lok Sabha, and 43 seats in the Lok Sabha. It is what is the total strength of the Lok Sabha seats? It is 545. That means out of 545, 43 were won by the Lok Sabha, by the Communist Party of Marxism. So currently it supports the UPA. That means it is coming along with the Congress government and from outside and without joining the government. They were not having any portfolio, but they were giving the support to the UPA government from outside. Another government party is there, that is the Communist Party of India. That was Communist Party Marxism. This is only Communist Party of India, and it was formed in 1925. And it believes in both Marxism and Leninism, that is secularism and democracy is their main ideology, and opposed to the forces of secessionism and communalism. Again, they were against the hereditary form of government or the hereditary, like the constitutional monarchy. They were against it. They wanted equality among all the members of the society. That's why it is said that they oppose the forces of secessionism and communalism. It accepts parliamentary democracy as a means of promoting interest of the working people. It works for the farmers and the poor, and became weak after the split in 1964. It was split into another party that just we discussed, that is Communist Party of India, Marxism. And significant presence of the party can be seen in Kerala and West Bengal. As I said, in West Bengal it had been in power for Marxism had been in power, and later on this also had a hold. Even we can see its power in Punjab, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. its support base had gradually declined over years. People started moving to other national parties or regional parties. It secured 1.4% of votes and 10 seats in the 2004 Lok Sabha election. And it has been coming together of all of the left parties to build a strong left front, and it is again supporting the UPA government, that is the Congress-led government, from outside in the year 2004. Then another party was a split of the Indian National Congress, that is the Nationalist Congress Party, NCP, and there was a split in it. It had taken place in 1999, and the main controversy was when they proposed Sonia Gandhi to be the Prime Minister. They were against it. They said, how can a foreigner, because by that time she had not taken the Indian citizenship. So they were saying that how can a foreigner be the ruler of the country. So they again gave the ideology of NCP is democracy and Gandhian secularism, equity, social justice and federalism. And it wants the high offices in the government to be confined to the natural born citizens of the country. As I said, the main controversy behind it and to get separated from Congress was the issue over Sonia Gandhi being the Prime Minister, because at that time she was a citizen of Italy. She had not taken the citizenship of India, though she was the daughter-in-law of India for a long time. A major party in Maharashtra, and its presence also is seen in Meghalaya and Manipur and Assam. And the coalition partner in the state of Maharashtra in the alliance with the Congress, though they had split away from Congress, still they supported the Congress, and in 2004 a member of the UPA also. This was about the 6 national parties. Then we are going to discuss about the state parties, and state parties have their own state election commission, as the election commission also gives them the how they can become the parties. They are given the symbols. The parties like the Samajwadi Party or Shamata Party, Rashtriya Janta Dal have a national level political organization with units in several of the states. In some of these are the Biju Janta Dal, Sikkim Democratic Front and Mizo National Front are conscious about their state identity. And over the last 3 decades, we have seen that there is a more and more number of regional parties coming into existence, and this made the Parliament of India politically more and more diverse, because at the center they were having one party, and in the center they were having one party, and at the state level they were having different party. So there was a diverse, and no one national party is able to secure on its own a majority in the Lok Sabha without the help of the state parties. So as a result, the national parties are compelled to form alliances with these state parties. And since 1996, nearly every one of the state party has got an opportunity to be a part of one or the other national level coalition government, and this has contributed in the strengthening of the federalism and democracy in our country, because when one party is at the state level and another party is at the national level, they have to work hand in hand to have upliftment in their states. So what do? They try to join them, or they try to have a good relation with the center and the state. In the next page you can see some which states, which parties have been ruling, right? So what can be the challenges to the political parties